Good evening, YouTube. It's Vincent Flores here at Pro Trapper Venzo, coming to you from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Um, looky, BitBean. Oh my goodness, what a great day. Hopefully they're gaining some traction here. Um, let's see if I could locate it. It was right here. Yeah, here we go. BitBean, exceptionally awesome cryptocurrency. Um, is on the fund value. Starting to get pricey though. Um, First started talking about BitBean, it was 6 satoshis. We saw a good increase, and we saw a little dip. It wasn't that much of a dip as Bitcoin value went up. It just kind of sank down there into the 15, 16 satoshi range, which is still about 3 times the value when I first bought it. But today, it's went up dramatically. We're at 32 satoshis. So, what's great about BitBean? People have been asking me. BitBean, besides being a lot of fun, the staking value's ridiculous. I bought 1 million BitBeans um, a while back now, and over the last 2 months, as it's been staking, I've probably staked about 50,000, or sprouted in BitBean's case. They call it sprouting. I've sprouted 50,000 BitBeans. So if you take that, that's 5%. That's 5% within 2 months. So that return of investment's been great, just based on the number of BitBeans I've gotten, even if the price didn't go up. But on top of that, the value of the BitBeans skyrocketed. Um, you know, with the value of Bitcoin going up, um, if it stayed the same percentage, it'd be around 10 to 12 Satoshi, but it's actually jumped up to 33, which on the same scale is probably even, excuse me, even worth, more like 50 to 60 Satoshi, probably. So, really happy with the sprouting, really happy with the BitBean, really happy with the development. Had some issues early on, and went to the live chat, and they walked us through it, and then they went and updated their own website the same exact day, probably within 2 hours, to fix the mistakes that they found out about because I asked them some questions. So um, really enjoy the BitBean. Other lucky um, positives are the ReddCoin. ReddCoin I bought on accident because I was trying to get that. What's it called? Oh, I didn't even pay attention to it. The chain coin um, going. I don't have a whole lot of it, but anyways, instead of buying chain coin, I bought this ReddCoin just because the value was so inexpensive. Think about this one for 4 to 5 satoshis as well. Got about 800,000 of them. Not nearly as fun as Bitcoin. If you look over here, they are minting new ReddCoins. Got about 800,000 of them, and you could see where they've been 400, 400 ReddCoin, 90, 90, 60, and then back to 400 again. That was the 16th. It says every 3 days it's going to kick one out, so it might be soon. BitBean says 14 hours away. These are never exact, guys. Um, so, you can't take it for sure, but it's giving you an estimated time. Look how on the 17th we got 2, the 15th we got 2. So it wasn't every 14 hours. So, anyways, so that's fantastic. BitBean and ReddCoin. Pivx, on the other hand, its value has not gained a whole lot of traction. Probably it's down, around the $1.20 range. So it's staying in the same percentages, but it's not necessarily gaining like everything else. Let's go check what it is. $1.20 exactly. So that's been a plateau for a while. It's been around that price, pretty consistently the last several weeks. It seems like we're just kind of waiting for something to happen with Pivx. Pivx has everything going for it. It's super fast. The transactions are inexpensive. Developers are really cool. They're also really helpful in their live chat. They got things going on, and they're starting to move forward to actually paying their developers, which I see that as a benefit. that shows the coin is moving in the right direction. You can't pay somebody if you don't have any money. So really excited about the future of Pivx. Something else fun, Ethereum. Let's go over to Ethereum. $106. It broke through the $100 threshold and it just kept on going today. You should know, if you've been watching me, I do have an Ethereum mining rig going on right now. Actually went to Best Buy today and got a couple more cards. They didn't have the same cards what I would have preferred to have, but they did have some relatively inexpensive cards compared to the other ones. 480, RX 480s, guys. These are being phased out by the RX 580s. I really can't tell you the comparison amongst the cards, except for the 580s are built on the 480 platform, and there's not a whole lot of difference to them as far as I've been told by some of the tech people at Best Buy. So, if you do have an electronics store that has some 480s, and these 580s come in, that price might drop as they get phased out. So these particular ones were $195 instead of 8 gigabytes of memory. They only have 4. They're the XFX cards. But if you go over to the simple mining, you can see I'm getting 99 mega hashes basically with them. So I was getting 55. So I'm basically an increase of 44, let's say. So we're getting 22 per. Not exactly, but basically 22 mega hashes per card versus the 27.5 that we're normally getting with the Asus. Their core memories a little bit different. Had to tweak this quite a bit, probably about 18 times to really get it to where it was up to 99. It would go from 76 to 90. One card wouldn't read, but once we got these values in that they liked, everything started working better, and now we're getting 99 mega hashes on 4 cards. The pool has paid me a second time. It was another $10 payout. So on average, I'm just getting over a little bit over $5 per day with the 2 cards. Now that we put 4 in there, I'm hoping to get $10 per day, and eventually get a couple more cards in there, bump it up to $15 per day. So at $15 a day, it's pretty good income for not doing anything, just letting these computers run. $15 a day, 30 days is $450 a month. So this rig so far has probably cost about $1,500. So this is a 3 to 4 month ROI, which is pretty good, especially if Ethereum continues to go up. We might start pointing this to Ethereum Classic. Let's see what Ethereum Classic is doing over here on Bittrex. Classic's also up 8.5%. So they're back up over $6-7 now. Let's see, $7.15. It's where they should be. Should also continue to go up as well. Might point to Ethereum Classic once I figure out the codes over here on this little BitcoinTalk.org page. It's helping me out learn how to point these cards in the right direction. Shout out to Yellow Fever for you for helping me as well. He told me that I was mining over here on this Claymore. I'm not going to change it, but if you can see the code here, I was mining it. We pointed it. There was stock it mines at the EU. You can see right here Ethereum EU.dwarf pool. So we changed it to the US, and then US2 specifically because it's closer to where I live. So give it a little more opportunity to get a little more hash power out of it, or maybe a better payout, or maybe both. I don't remember exactly. I appreciate the help on that, as I had it pointed to the wrong, server. So, but that's what I got going on. I'm excited about Bittrex. If I had some cash, I would be getting some more crypto. But right now, I'm sitting where I'm sitting, and we're mining it. So I'm excited about that. Y'all kind of see where that goes. As far as Genesis mining payouts, they've caught up and they're back. So y'all go get y'all some Genesis mining with your credit cards, if nothing else, man. That's what I would do. if I had the space. And either do that or try to learn how to build my own rig. I think Genesis Mining's ROI is about 10 months, whereas building your own rig is about 4. And right now is, obviously the pricing and hash power and difficulty levels and all that fun stuff. So 4 months is better than 10. That being said, at 10 you don't do anything, so you are paying for a service, and 10 to 12 month ROI is an excellent investment. So nothing about that. Nothing bad about that. Today there's Ripple. Talked to a gentleman today that lost his password for Ripple. Bought Ripple before it was even a cent. So I bet you he had 100,000 Ripple, and now that it's 34 cents, he's gonna want to find that password. Hopefully he does. He's had it on a computer somewhere. He's an IT guy, so he has lots of computers. He just has to find out where it's at. And I think I gave him a little bit more motivation to go look for it, as he didn't know about the Ripple pricing going up. He just said, he had some, and he's pretty interested in cryptocurrency. He wants to jump in, but had in the past, not sure how, or on a whim or what, and then he lost it. So he probably had $100 invested in something that's turned into $30,000 now, maybe. I don't know. Hope he finds it. I think that'd be awesome for somebody like that to realize that the value in what he had. I might have to go check some of my old wallets that I had bought and played around with. It might turn into something too. Other coins of interest, Dogecoin. Dogecoin's gone up quite a bit. I mean, it shows 74 Satoshis and it looks like a downward trend. That being said, at 74 with Bitcoin over $1,900 now, this is, risen dramatically. It's probably, I don't even remember what it was, maybe like in the 30 Satoshi range at 1,000. So at 1,900, you're basically at a 60 range, and when you're 15 over that, so you're 25% over the percentage if it just kept up with it. So it's actually gained in value, even though Bitcoin skyrocketed. So that's a good thing. Don't always look, just because it looks red doesn't mean it's bad. It's bad. It's sitting pretty. It's kind of like Pivx, guys. I know people are giving Pivx a bad name, saying, not maybe giving it a bad name, but just saying bad things like it's not going anywhere, it's going to die, or whatever. It's sitting at $1.20. Yeah, but 3 months ago it was sitting at 10 cents. So, you can say what you want about Pivx. It's fast. It's got good people behind it, and it is at $1.20 plateau, and it should go up soon. So take that for what it is. Get it, don't get it. I don't care. I'll buy more when I get a chance. I'm hopefully, gonna mint some more. Verge, 14 Satoshi. Told you to buy it at 4. Hope you did, because that was a great deal. Let's see, ReddCoin, Verge, BitBean. Those were all my cheapies that I said to stack up on. Anything else here before I let you go? Hope y'all have a good night. Komodo, man, it's up to 21,000 Satoshi. I would have definitely sold it. I think I told you I buy it at 12 and sell it at 16, but it just kept on going with everybody else. So if you got some, congratulations. No, I think that's some allergy problems. Tried to mine library credits. It just didn't work out. Took too much hash power away from when I was dual mining. Took too much hash power away from Ethereum. So cut that off. A lot of people on the ARC. I had purchased some ARC in the past, and I sold it. I don't remember if this was something I sold or not to get some stuff. But yeah, I took a loss on it. So I must have sold this ARC at 9,200. So I didn't sell it. Too bad. I sold it because I needed some money probably for. Here's my big one. People. I told you I sold this for cheap. I took $100 loss on my investment, my day trading. I was going to hold on to it. Paid $400 for it. Sold it at 287. Yeah, 10,000 of them. Awful decision. If I waited till now, I could have bought 2 of the Litecoin miners versus 1. That being said, it's another 4-month ROI, so I'm not completely sad about it, but I'm pretty beat up over it. But it's just another feather in my cap of just missing something. So hopefully with the BitBean, the ReddCoin, the Doge coin, maybe we'll get one of those right. May y'all be blessed. You know, stay in the green. We'll talk to y'all later. Good night.